A lot. So, whew, glad to be back. How y'all doing? Y'all okay? That's wonderful. Just wonderful. Baby, we going to be going over racism versus classism. If y'all had not seen part one, I guess you're already here. So, strap down and listen. Probably learn something. Hell, I don't know. Or you can just go back and watch the first one because there is a part one. Do y'all have your notebooks? Notebooks? All right. So, we're going to get into it. We talked about a whole lot the last time. We talked about classism versus racism because a lot of people get it mixed up. They feel just because they lived in, lower class that they still have the treatments that, people of color have, which is not true. You are experiencing what is called classism. You're not experiencing what is called racism. So we're going to get into that. All right. So we went through the internalized racism and internalized classism. We went through individual racism and individual classism. I'm just getting my notes together. We went through cultural and societal racism and classism. Then we went to institutional racism and classism. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So, we're going to go with internalized racism, which happens in every demographic, not just white, black. It goes with any culture, any color, any race, religion, creed. They have internalized racism. So let's get into that. We went through just a few, well, I went through a few of them on part one. So we're going to go through a little bit more on part two, how it goes from, black and white to other cultures. We're going to talk about internalized racism with Muslims, internalized racism even with Jewish people, internalized racism. Don't come for me because I'm not talking bad about any culture. I'm talking about the internalized racism in those cultures. So don't try, oh, Miss Kim, you're being culturally insensitive, you're being racist, you're being prejudiced. No. We're talking. This is going to be a safe space. This is going to be where we can talk openly without being judged. Thank you so very much. So let's go to internalized racism in the Black community. All right. Whew. My people, we gonna have to do better with our internalized racism that we do to each other. A example of that is a black person that is educated or articulate. The first thing y'all say is, "Oh my God, you talk white," or "Oh, you think you too good." What? We got turn. You got turned in your black card. There, right there. The turning in the black card just because they do something that you don't feel is culturally accepted or culturally appropriate is internalized racism because all black people are not the same. You have some black people that don't like hip hop music. You have some people that don't listen to rap. You have some black people who don't listen to gospel. You have black people who do not listen to the stereotypical black music. And that's okay. But for somebody in their own community to be like, oh, you need to turn in your black card because you haven't done this, or because they feel like being black, you have to do these things. That's internalized racism. Okay, so let's have an example. There's a lot of black people who like alternative music, who are goth, who do cosplay and all these other things. And other black people will look at them like, "What? You not black? You got to turn in your black cards. You got to do this. You got to do that. How can you police blackness against your own people? That's because you feel like it is something that you, that's why it's internalized, you wouldn't do. You feel that way. That does not mean that that person is less black because they are goth or they like alternative music or they don't like chitlins and hog maws and things like that. They don't eat that. Oh, you're not black. How you black and you don't eat pig feet? Or how you black and you don't eat chitlins? Or how you black and you don't do this? Easy, because we don't. Y'all needs to fix that internalized racism that y'all have amongst each other. Because I'm gonna say you don't see that amongst others because you're not there. So I really can't say you don't see that amongst, because there's probably someone who is Asian that does not eat rice or Asian that does not eat noodles, and they probably hear the same thing from their people. How are you such and such and such and you don't eat this, or how you don't like kimchi, or how you don't. That does not make them any less of whatever culture that they are. Y'all need to fix that shit within y'all self. Whew. All right. And another thing. Okay, let's do another example. How everyone always believes that Asians are smart. And then you run into an Asian that's not. And y'all be like, you not good at math, or you not this, or you not that, or you can't play XYZ instruments and all that stuff, baby. They just trying to live. That's all internalized racism. That's things that you have heard, so you just think that that's what it is. All Asians are smart. All Asians are on the honor roll. All Asians are this. All Asians are that. That's not the case. That's not the case. I had an Asian friend in college. That baby was struggling. And he caught so much hell from everybody. Even the teacher was like, they didn't understand why he didn't understand it. And he just up and said, why is it because I'm Asian you feel like because I'm Asian I'm supposed to know this? And like the teacher, that's basically a backdoor way of saying, yeah, that's internalized racism. Let's not do that. Another example, everyone thinks that all Jewish people own everything. All Jewish people are tight with money. All Jewish people are, how to deal with money. That's not true. There are people just like everyone else. All Muslims are not terrorists. It's internalized racism. All of that. We got to work on that. Okay? So now we're going to go into internalized classism. The Jewish one is kind of a racism and classism type thing because, to me, pocket watching, to me, let me say, to me, pocket watching is a form of classism because you expect somebody to have XYZ amount of money just because they are a certain demographic. Or you expect a said person to have so much money because of. See, here we go. That's another one. That's another example of internalized racism. All black people can dance. All black folks can't dance. I'm sorry. All of them can't. All of us are not rhythmically inclined. Am I rhythmically inclined when I want to be? But I will, stiffly throw my leg out every now and then. You're going to leave my friend alone. You're going to leave my friend alone, honey. But yes, that's another example of internalized racism. When folks be like, how you black and you can't dance? Because I can't dance. The fuck? I got 2 left feet. The fuck? And I got 3 toes on each foot. I can't do shit. I got a bum shoulder. I wish I could, boot scoot a little bit. This shoulder gonna sit me right down. Like, oh, you thought you was cute. You ain't cute no more. Sit your ass down. So, internalized classism. Yeah, let's get back on that because y'all know I would run my mouth. Internalized classism. Pocket watching. Believing that, just because you are a certain demographic, you're supposed to have so much money. Every white person is not rich. Every Jewish person is not rich. Every Asian person is not rich. Every Asian person does not have a store or something like that. Like, what? That's classism, baby. You don't do that. And another internalized classism that I see is I really don't understand how black folks, and I can only speak for black people because I just so happen to be black and I just so happen to be a woman. So if I say something pertaining to women or say something pertaining to black, that's because I just might be an expert on that. So lost my train of thought. Anyway. Oh yeah. Now this is a question that I really need answering. Thank you, baby. Twerk from baby, because this show ain't gonna let me do it. Again, back. How does one act black? That is an internalized classism. How? Just because you grew up a certain way does not mean that you have to stay that certain way. A lot of us did not grow up in middle class, upper middle class, rich, higher, anything. Like, how does one act black? How does one speak black? How? And then let's say that I've been asking that for years too, Cam, because I'm confused. Like, I'm confused. How does one act black? And it seems like that's the thing now. Like, yeah, acting like this, baby. What? How does one act? How does one act black? And so I ask another question. So in order to be so-called black, does one have to act uneducated, two, be loud and obnoxious, be angry? So is that what y'all see black as? So all the negative stereotypes of a person is acting black. So let's see. Let's say, me, I grew up with, let's just say, I'm gonna use myself as an example. Me and Jennifer. Jennifer just so happens to be my white best friend. And we are staying in the same complex. We go to the same school, hang out with the same people. And so Jennifer acts like her environment. So let's say me, I get the better grades than Jennifer. And, but Jennifer not failing. She not a dummy now. I might be a B student. She might be a C plus student. And we basically, are on the same level. We grow up, she's still on that level. She still has, the mannerisms and everything that she grew up with. And so now all Jennifer knows is where she grew up. I'm not even going to say hood, lower class, lower middle class family. They weren't rich, but they weren't poor. And so, she goes out into the world. She has her mannerisms. She speaks the way that she speaks because that's how everybody around. She has the same education level and all this other, but she will be compared to a black person and say, well, Jennifer's trying to act black because she talks like this and she does this and she does that. So how is someone acting black? That'll make y'all think, because a lot of, and I see it on social media every day, all these other non-POCs or maybe other POCs, they well, and all in the comment section. Oh, she trying to be black. She trying to be, but sometimes some people, yes. Now I'm not saying that there are not white people out here or any other, non-black person out here that are making caricatures of black people, but the ones that actually grew up in the same conditions, sometimes it's like that. But see, on the black side, that's called being ghetto, that's called being hood. But when a white person grows up, because they'll call them trailer park trash in a minute, but it's two sides of the same coin. Poorer white people, they could be in the hood or in trailer parks and all this other, and the only thing that they share is that they're poor. That's the classism. You have the same experiences, you walk the same walk, you talk the same talk because you grew up in the same conditions. But what is different, I'm still black. Jennifer, now we still talking about Jennifer now. Jennifer is white. Jennifer does not have laws or amendments so she can be treated fairly when she walks down the street. I do. That's the difference between classism and racism. And before folks be like, oh my gosh, she's race baiting, she's doing this, she's doing that, look it up. A law was just passed called the Crown Act that allows Black and POCs to wear their natural hair and not be fired over the way that their hair grows out of their heads. A law had to be passed so we can wear our fucking hair. Jennifer doesn't have a law for that. Black people do. We had to have laws to vote. We had to have laws and amendments to be so-called free. We weren't even seen as full people. We were seen as cattle, as prizes. We were bred like animals. There had to be laws to stop that. Jennifer did not have that. The only thing linking me and Jennifer together is because Jennifer grew up poor. Jennifer can wash her face, brush her teeth, put on some clothes, and go out there and still get the same privileges as her forefathers before her and before them. I still have to walk a certain way, talk a certain way. I have to be educated a certain way. I still have to act a certain way. Just to get into the door that Jennifer's already walked through. And we grew up. Now remember, I'm a B student. Jennifer is a C student. And she is handed. I have to work, fight, and claw just to be on the same level. And that level is teetering. It's teetering. Every day is something different. So, hey, let's talk about it. Racism, I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to always say this throughout. Racism and classism are two different things. And many white people get it confused. Oh, I grew up poor. Oh, I did this. I did that. I was able to do this. All you got to do is just get up off your ass and go to work and do this and do that. And then what? When we can literally wear an afro and be fired because you are a distraction. And I was told that. Because as y'all know, my hair is natural and I always, most of the time, I keep it covered because I work with needles and blood. I was pulled aside and told not to wear head rags to work anymore because it was unprofessional and it was a distraction. And I asked, what does my head wraps have to do with my job? It's not stopping me from doing anything. And it was a Black woman who told me that. So Jennifer doesn't have those talks. I do. My fiance has to cut off his first set of locks to get a job for Brinks. To get a job, he had to cut his hair. Jennifer don't have to do that. My fiance did. So it will always that just burns me. That will always be a problem with me. We have to have laws for us to even be considered. Affirmative action, the Crown Act, the right to vote, like all of that had to be written down on paper and signed by legislation for us to even be treated right. And I wouldn't even say even be treated right because we're not being treated right. I'm going to go ahead and say it. To just be treated because it's not right. Let me get into the girl. I done ran my mouth and y'all just in the comments just going in, baby. Let me see. Right, overly aggressive. You're right. Overly aggressive all of a sudden is. But hold on. When non-Black people are overly aggressive, let's talk about it. Because you know everybody loves them a spicy Latina. Oh, baby, they love them a good spicy Latina. But let a Black woman act the same way. Oh, she thinks she a man. Oh, she overly, oh, she's loud. Oh, she's ghetto. Oh, she's that. But in other women, they love that. Let them be cussed out by an Asian. Oh, they love it. They think that is just, oh, she's a strong woman standing up for herself. But as soon as a Black woman opens her mouth and stands up for herself, she's overly aggressive. Or even a man. I can't even put a woman on this. Or a man. They're overly aggressive. Oh, they're scary. Oh, I can't work with them. Oh, they're scary. Oh, they're this. Oh, they're that. But those traits are celebrated in other people. But we're a problem. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that. Let's see. Let's get into these comments. Yep. AAVE. That's what it's called. We have African American Vernacular English. Yes. Which actually is a mix of all of our languages that we have spoken. A lot of people say, oh, they just talk country. No. This AAVE is the one thing that connects all Black people because we speak it. And we all know what we are saying. It's in us, it's rooted in us. It basically is all our languages together. And I think that is amazing. That's really amazing. But I know some white folks that could speak it too, but they grew up in the hood. So they understand what we're saying. Let's get into these questions. That's my mama, y'all. She's talking about fat. It's my mama, y'all. Wearing on that a whole law, and then almost all the Republicans voted against the Crown Act. Like, really? Are you kidding me? That's what I'm talking about. They in there, but they not for us. We gotta have a law for our own hair. Like, what? Really? Yeah, you are right. And we were not told we was free for 2 years. That's what we got Juneteenth, which is Sunday the 19th. So, get your days together, baby, because it's Sunday we're gonna be cutting up on Sunday. I'm celebrating. I don't celebrate the 4th, but we celebrate Juneteenth. Yep, you are absolutely right, Cam. The slave owners did get reparations for lost property. We were lost property. They passed out millions of dollars to slave owners who had to relinquish their slaves. Sure did. You don't believe me? Look it up. Them folks got paid per head for the slaves that they had to free. And then basically they just dropped all these free slaves into society with no education because they were not allowed to read, write, or anything. So basically, all our ancestors knew was work. So what the hell did you think they did? They went straight from slavery to indentured servants. So they basically were free. Yeah, they were free, but they still had to stay on the plantation and still had to work for their food and shelter. Mm. Well, how about that? Let's get into these. Let's get into these comments because y'all is doing it big in these comments. I'm loving it. I got written up too, girl. Yes. T Max said I've been spoken to about my hair before. I still wore the way I wanted. Even got a write up for hair that grows out of your head. Do not tell me that racism does not exist. It is ingrained in these institutions. We're gonna get into that too. Institutionalized racism. Baby, we're gonna get into all of that. We're kind of touching on everything, so I might as well, just do an example and we just go on because we're kind of touching all the racism and classism. So all that's out the window. That's institutionalized racism. Mm, mm. Let's get into it. Yep. And that was even they just stopped doing that in the military, especially with black men. They were forcing the black men to shave their faces clean because they said the gas mask will not adhere to their face if there was any hair. But in the black community, our hair does not grow straight out of their face like other communities, and they get what's called razor bumps, which are painful. And some have to be actually the bumps have to be opened and the hairs pulled out. That's how severe that they can get. They can get infected. They hurt like hell, and they have big, huge bumps all over the face. They just and then matter of fact, you still have to have a written statement from the doctor in the military to this day. You do not have to be clean shaven, but it still has to be cut low, but not clean shaven. Yep. And if that's not racist, what is? Come on now. Come on now. Let's think about it. Oh, yeah. Now, the angry black woman. I'm so tired of being called angry when I state my opinion. Why are you so angry? Oh, you should calm down. It's not that deep. Who the fuck said that? Baby, I'm finna cuss you right. I'm finna cuss you right on right. But any other POC, oh, that's sexy. They think that's just great. Strong. That's a strong woman there. Except black women. Black women can't be strong. We have to be meek and timid. We have to shrink down just to be heard. We have to talk and code switch and everything else. That child kiss my ass. Oh, I already know, Cal. They probably scared to death of you. Scared to death. And you wouldn't hurt nothing that wouldn't try to hurt you. I know Cam personally, so. And yes, he is very tall. And yes, he's over 200 pounds. Oh, yes. Oh, I get this all the time. And in the workplace, we might well go on to institutionalized racism because that's what we're talking about right here. Yeah. And if the blacks or the POCs congregate amongst each other, oh, they're not being inclusive. They're not. I have been talked to about this because I didn't hang out with my coworkers. I didn't talk much to my coworkers. They don't feel like you're part of the team. Oh, they feel like you don't like them. And woo, 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 woo. I'm the only Negro in here. What do I have? What? We cannot talk about the same things. We cannot do it. We don't we're I'm over here, they're over here. I just can't be black by myself. I have to include them, but they don't include me. Mhm. But that's my baby down there. They don't want to be seen. So, hey, they don't want to be seen. So hey. Yeah. I do not get that. Like, let me be black by myself. I do not have to include you in my blackness if I don't want to. But you don't include me in your whiteness. Okay, whatever. Child. That's a whole nother thing. Let's get into this. We was just talking about that ice cream before we got on. Just talking about that ice cream. Why did they who brought that to the table?
And then the Walmart, it said Juneteenth TM. So it was trademark.
Yeah, a white man tried to trademark it. He tried to. It got dismissed. He canceled it very quickly because he was getting drugged, baby. They figured out who he was, and baby, they drug him. It was abandoned. He ain't try to go no further. But yeah, a white man tried to trademark Juneteenth. Like for real. It was getting his comments. Oh, mom, we ain't never gonna get that 4 acres, that mule. Baby, we not gonna get 1 acre and a Shetland pony. We not gonna get shit. Not out of them. But everybody else got their reparations. We are never gonna get our reparations. Ever. And it's written down. It is on paper, signed by legislation that we're supposed to get this. Just like we're supposed to get Harriet Tubman on the 20. I ain't seen Harriet Tubman ass nowhere near 20. I ain't seen her on 2 dimes. I ain't seen her on 20 pennies. None of that. But I'm doing the show. Thank ya. Yeah. Like, come on. We ain't never gonna get them. Never. They not gonna give us nothing. They not gonna give us a block and a gerbil. They not gonna give us nothing. There we go. When I had braids, baby. When I would do my twist and my braids, baby, it was horrible. The things I had to go through. How long are those gonna? How long do you keep those in? How are you gonna have those in for a while? I'm like, Are they bothering you, ho? So yeah, child. Right. The ingrown hairs, baby. I had to also. And I still, because Dex will get them every now and then. And I got to go in and free them ingrowns. They just had a law not too long ago. I wouldn't say just like it was like yesterday, but not too long ago. And they still had to have a doctor statement. So they don't have to be clean shaven. Baby. All right. So we did individual racism and classism. We did that. We went through that. We kind of touched on societal. We had a real good talk. Societal racism. We talked about that where brown and black people are considered more aggressive. Yes, more aggressive. But we're not shooting up schools or marketplaces or churches. We might fight at a cookout, but we ain't walked in no school and shot no child. We ain't done that. But I don't see how we're more aggressive. I went off the beaten path. I kind of put my own feeling in that. But we're going to talk about that too. That's the last sip. I'm finna piss some people off on the last sip, honey. We talked about laws. Oh, yes. And laws to suppress. Yes. I touched on redlining, which, yes, is illegal. But there are still practices that could be considered redlining that I really feel me, I feel as a form of redlining because if I'm looking at a house and I have the money for said house, I have the job, been working at my job 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. I got some roots in my job now. Been here a long time. I'm making 6, 7 figures, and I still get denied for a house because my credit score or my education level. I don't understand why they need to know your education if you're buying a house. I don't understand. Well, I can get credit score. They want to make sure you can pay your shit. But education? I don't understand why I got to tell you if I'm white or black to live in a house. I don't understand that. So I feel like they use that to weed out who they're going to put in their neighborhoods. Because if I am a well-off black person or rich, I'm going to go ahead and just say it, or a rich black person, and I want to buy said house, I can drop this cash on said house and I still get stopped because, I may not have graduated from high school or my credit score isn't high enough. Or sometimes, they'll do a whole background check on you and find out your payment history on shit that don't have nothing to do with the house. Oh, you had a loan that went into default 12 years ago. Damn, bitch, that's 12 years ago. My phone is really going off right about now, baby. What is y'all doing? Y'all don't want shit? Okay. But anyway, child, I had to do that. Oh, that's societal racism. Let's get into these comments. Yes, girl, fight at the cookout. We'll fight at the cookout. We'll do that. But we ain't running in no schoolhouse or no church house. We not running in the Walmart shooting nobody. We don't do that. But we more aggressive. Oh, okay. Crime is everywhere. So for y'all say, oh, black on black crime. Oh my God, y'all shoot up your own neighborhoods. Y'all do this. Y'all do that. Y'all shoot up trailer parks. I went there. I really did. Because I want to sound just as asinine as you sound. When y'all say, what about black on black crime? What about wives that poison husbands for insurance money? What about these white boys wait until they're 18 to buy an AR-15 and blow off the heads of second graders? How about that? We're not talking about that, but black on black crime. We're gonna get into it. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. I kind of went off the beaten path a little bit, but hey. Right. You was laid on Ritter Senate in 95. Right. Denied. Like, for real? Y'all worried about that couch that was tore up? That's why I ain't pay for it. Baby, I went there. I'm gonna go down the last sip though. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. I'm trying to keep it just a little bit politically correct, just a tiny bit. But I'm gonna go there. Who, baby? I'm gonna touch on that with religion. I'm gonna touch on that, baby. We're gonna put a pin in that one. We're gonna put a pin in that. Talking about the sure, yes, Lord. We're gonna put a pin in that one. Right? Pin it. All right. So we did individual, we did societal. All right, let's do societal classism. Mm-hmm. I know what I know. All right, so cultural classism is believing that higher, this is an example, that richer families are better at raising their children because they have more money for more resources, which is not true because we have a whole lot of rich pieces of shit out there in the world. Oh, I know y'all can have a whole lot of examples. You can say something if you want to.
I'm about to say, I got an example that my friend actually told me.
Go ahead.
About one of, like, her boyfriend's family are very well off. Both the parents work. And the daughter is just, like, the worst thing ever. Like, she steals, like, cigarettes and stuff like that. She is just horrible. Like, doesn't behave correctly. And they have the resources to get her help, which she clearly needs. But they just refuse to because, oh, it's my little angel. She can't be that bad.
That is an example of cultural classism, believing that higher income parents are better than lower income parents because they have more for resources and lower income parents are seen as lacking parental skills. I would rather go into the home of a lower class person. I'm gonna go ahead and say it because those are some of the most nicest, humblest people. They make shit happen. Their kids, not all of them now, because some of our kids bad as shit, but they're better off than most of those well-off rich kids. And that's black, white, polka dot, orange, purple, indifferent. Upper class kids, some, not all, have a tendency to be jackasses. Asses of Jack. I said it. I said what I said. I said what I said, and I meant it.
Honestly, I feel like the richer you are, the more that your children don't really know how to behave because they grew up in a privileged environment and therefore can act out because, oh, they have this privilege.
Yeah. And you are absolutely right. And there's also on another spectrum too, with the lower class, where some people excuse because someone grew up in a poor neighborhood. Oh, little Jam acts like that because his mom works two jobs and she's not there. He grew up poor. His dad went to the store 20 years ago and he's only 5 and he hasn't came back yet with that milk.
These are excuses, honestly.
Those are just excuses. Those are excuses. You can be a good parent, be you rich or poor, but usually the richer parents usually are not the best. I did say usually. Now there are some rich folks that'll go upside their kids' heads and will punish them, and they are outstanding individuals. Those outstanding individuals need to teach them ones that ain't teaching their kids shit. Now y'all need to have a meeting. Y'all need to have a board meeting at the round table And you need to tell these folks that kids ain't shit. Please and thank you. Because that's the first thing that y'all say. If a person of color's child or something does something, the first thing y'all do, where's the mother? Oh, where's the father? Oh, they're out here just raising heathens. That's the first thing y'all say. Y'all ask where the parents. Baby, where the parents of these damn children that's doing all this shit? Get them. Somebody find them. Call them. Get them on the horn. Get them on the line. Tell them come get their damn kids. Yeah. And you know who they pay to raise their children? Someone who is usually lower class, because guess what? They're gonna raise their kids right. 9 times out of 10 is somebody who's lower class. They're gonna raise them kids right. They're gonna morals in them. They're gonna teach them right for wrong. They're gonna take the time out to teach them kids the way that they are supposed to act, because their parents ain't gonna do it. They gonna throw money at them. Oh, Junior's having a bad day. Honey, here's $1,000. Go find you something to do. You know, child, I've seen it a million times. And that child grows up to love the servant. I'm not gonna say the servant, but the person who raised them, like their maid or their nanny. The kids grow up to love the nannies, and they love the maids because the maids were there. They showed them love. They taught them right from wrong when their parents just didn't have the time. They just thought, money. Money will save you. Money will do it all. Child, that's a whole nother. All right, honey, we getting through here. We touched on the institute. I'm looking at. We touched on institutional racism. Oh, we're gonna talk about another. Our kids being suspended at a higher rate and punished at a higher rate than non-BIPOC children. We're gonna go ahead and talk about that. That is an example of institutional racism, right along with the hair, or trying to get on someone about the way that they speak, especially if they're black, about the way that they speak. Because I've been told you're too loud, your tone is loud, you're this, you're that. But non-black folks be all on the floor talking loud, hooping, hollering, and everything else. But as soon as I open my mouth, Kim, you're being too loud. You're disturbing the peace. You're disturbing the patients. Like, goddamn, bitch, I'm calling for a nurse. This person over here dying. Like, the fuck? I'm supposed to, oh, excuse me. Excuse me, nurse. Excuse me. This patient is over here. Could be going into a cardiac arrest. Could you please help me? The fuck I'm supposed to do? Child. I said, ooh. I said, ooh, you wish you could talk about it. Hello, why my shit ain't showing? Okay, there we go. That was weird. I was clicked about folks' face. My shit going dead. Anyway, that's all right, baby. I'm gonna talk about it in detail. I am. Oh, hold on. Do I need to charge my shit up? Why is it not acting right? Oh, I don't like this. There we go. That was weird. Okay. Yeah. About the children being suspended at a higher rate. And BIPOC people are given less opportunities to succeed. And they are. They are. They are. They will be passed up so fast. Any promotion. Oh, okay. Me and Jennifer. This Jennifer. Now remember, I'm the B student. Jennifer the C student. And we go for the same job. Let's say we trying to be a manager. We gonna be something. We both been working for the company 5-6 years. We started this together. We working together now. We working. Jennifer gets promoted. So Jennifer up here now. Jennifer promoted. But wait a minute. I got more education. I've done this job. Matter of fact, I have helped Jennifer. I have trained Jennifer. I've done that, and Jennifer gets to promote. I wonder why. My own mother had to sue a company because of it. Now, if she want to open her mouth and talk about it, but I remember my mother had to sue a company for discrimination because she had been working there for a long time, was training people who were being promoted above her. So you walk in one day and the person that you train now is your boss. I vividly remember that because that's what my mama taught me. You write down. There you go. So I remember, mama. I remember it. I remember it because she would always tell me, you write down everything: the date, the time, who you talked to, what they said. If you can record it, make sure that you record everything, write everything down. And that's what I do. See, and one, and did, and did. I remember that vividly. See, these are the things that we learn growing up. Some people, non-POCs, are not gonna understand that because they're not gonna see it. Regardless if you grew up in the poor conditions, these are things that you're not going to see. You don't have to be worried about not getting a promotion. You don't have to worry about training your replacements and them not letting you know that you're training your replacement. See, there we go. 67 notebooks. My mother wrote down everything, every person she talked to, everything. And that's how she won. Sure did. But see, Jennifer doesn't have to do that. We're going back to Jennifer. Jennifer don't have to do that. Kim does. Now, am I sitting here, oh my God, oh, you're making a victim out of yourself. Woo this, woo that. You can't tell me about my life experience because I just literally told you a story of my mother doing just what I'm talking about. Not being given the opportunity to succeed. They basically wanted to keep my mother lower level and train everyone else to be better than her. So people who are coming in with less education, less experience, was surpassing my mother. And no matter how much she went, she will go in all the time and ask for a promotion or put in for another position, and she would never get it. But she was good enough to train people for said positions that she was going for. Jennifer don't have to worry about that. But Kim seen it with her own eyes, with her own mother. And Kim has been through it herself. I've been through it myself. I'm a team, like I told her, I'm a team player, but I'm not a fool. I'm going to do what Kim is supposed to do. I'm not doing what Jennifer's supposed to do. I'm not doing what Carol Ann's supposed to do. Kim is going to do what Kim is supposed to do. Because at the end of the day, my paycheck say Kim. My paycheck don't say Carol Ann. My paycheck don't say Jennifer. It don't do none of that. And it's sad that I have to be like that. But I refuse to train my replacements anymore. Because it's not fair to me. Yeah, there you go. They will ask you to train. Matter of fact, most of the time, they don't even ask you. You'll be training a person and you don't even know it. They'll ask, "Hey Kim, do you know how? Hey Kim, do you know how to do such 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 such? Oh, Jennifer's having a problem. Can you show her how to do it?" Baby, you'd have fell into the trap. You training somebody that didn't even know it. That's how they slide it. Now Jennifer's getting all this knowledge, and Jennifer's gonna be promoted while Kim is still showing people how to do it. How about that? And if I say, "Nah, I don't know how to do it," well, we know that you know how to do it. We've seen you do it before. Why can't you show Jennifer? You're not being a team player. There is, hold on, my favorite line. There is no I in team, but there's an I in time, and it takes my damn time to do it. How about that? That's my rebuttal. There's no I in team, but there's an I in time, and I need to be paid for my time. How about that? Here we go. All right, we get to the meat now. And let's say Jennifer, here we go, Jennifer, has less education and came from a poor neighborhood, and you come from a wealthy family, more education, and will still get passed. We was just about to talk about that. God damn it, we was just about to talk about that. Because Kanye said my favorite line. No matter how y'all feel about Kanye, no matter how much money you make, you are still a nigga in a coop. That line resonates with me because in that you can have all the education, all the money, and everything else. They will still see your skin color, and then you will have to prove to them that you have all of these things. They just assume that Jennifer walks into the building and Jennifer has that. They just assume that, Jennifer has the money. They assume that Jennifer has the credit score. They assume that Jennifer has the education. They assume that I am poor. I am uneducated. I got 5 babies and 7 baby daddies just by me walking in. And I'm the millionaire with 2 master's degrees and a minor in some surgery shit that I don't know nothing about. See, that's the difference. Exactly. Money and education mean nothing when they see skin color. But as soon as they find out that you got some money, woo, that red carpet becomes gold, baby. They roll out the gold carpet. Oh, hey, we got a nigga with money. That's a unicorn. But until they find out that you got money, you just another Negro that came in there to waste their time. Jennifer ain't got to worry about that. Now do shit. Cause Kim do. And people who look like Kim worry about that. Cause see, Kim can be a Jamal. I'm just talking about myself. I'm using myself. But that can be any person of color. They are perceived to be lower. That's racism. Classism is what is the only thing that keeps those intertwined, is because you grew up poor. You didn't grow up black. That's the difference. I'm a timekeeper over here. So it's been an hour. Yes, but we having a good time. I'm a timekeeper. Y'all see the hand that name. Them a timekeeper. Them a baby with her little hand.
My hands are not little.
Okay. Okay, we talked about everything. Because internalized racism, believe they're not intelligent. We talked about that. They sound wild. We talked about that. Yeah, we talked about all that. Sellouts, we did all. Well, damn, we went through everything and a little bit more. We did good. So I'm glad y'all made it this far. Y'all see my little things down there, baby. We finna do the last sip, honey. If you don't know what the last sip is, the last sip is, my My little take on things, my little my my opinion on things. Don't take shit now. My take on things. Sometimes it's on topic and sometimes it's not on topic. Today is gonna be off topic. Parents. That's all parents. Mama, daddy, grandma, grandpa, uncle, aunt, cousin, whoever is raising these goddamn kids out here that's acting this damn fool, whoever raising them, y'all need to come to the front. Baby, we need to talk. Cause something ain't happening. Y'all not doing something right. And I'm sitting here putting my blood, sweat, and tears into my kids to be model citizens into this world. And then they go out here with folks, the kids can't even tie, grown ass folks can't even tie their damn shoes. They don't know a boot from a shoe. They don't know nothing. Baby, what is y'all doing? Are y'all okay? Are y'all okay? White parents, baby, are y'all okay? Are y'all okay? I'm genuinely concerned. Because y'all got kids out here wilding out. Wow, y'all sons are really showing their ass out here. Y'all need to gather your kids. They making it hard for the rest of us. As soon as they turn 18, they become, they basically are telling us what y'all got going on in y'all households. As soon as they turn 18, they exposing y'all left and right. Black parents, y'all not exempt for this, baby. Y'all sons out here acting a fool. Y'all daughters out here acting a fool. Gather your children. Y'all got men out here can't take no for an answer, out here beating and raping women, killing women because they not giving them their phone numbers. Or they say no, or they don't want to date them. A 17-year-old was just found dead in Walgreens because she did not take the sexual advances of a grown ass employee. And do you know, this poor baby, Lord rest her soul, told the manager that she felt uncomfortable working with this person. And do you know, management just didn't give a damn. They was like, oh, well, you're going to have to work with them. Now, this baby was found dead in the break room, covered in blood behind some fucking boxes. And the coworker 100 miles down the damn street found him. He had changed his damn clothes because he was covered in blood. All because that girl said no. Gather y'all kids. Gather your children. They out here really showing their asses out here. They are really exposing what goes on in y'all households. Y'all not having talks. Y'all not doing something. Y'all are not doing something. I have 2 children out that I'm going to be putting out here in this world. Now I got to show them how to shoot a gun. I got to show them how to protect themselves. I got to do all this. Because they can say no to somebody and be fucking killed. Because y'all not raising your fucking kids right. Are y'all okay? Do y'all need to have a board meeting or something? Our children should not be afraid to go to school. There are kids in fucking tears afraid to go to school. The education in this country is shit, but still, they're passing it out. It's elderly people right now scared to go to the store because one of your sons might turn 18 and get a hair up his ass with an AR-15 and shoot them down in Walmart while they're trying to pick a fucking apple. Are y'all okay? Black parents, y'all children out here wilding. They can't take no for an answer. They out here acting a fool. Gather your kids. What the hell is wrong? Folks scared to go down the street. People are scared to live their lives because y'all are out here wilding. My children should not be afraid to go to school. Your children should not be afraid to go to church. My children should not be afraid to tell someone no. My children should not have to fear for their lives going to work. And your children shouldn't either. Something, something is wrong. And y'all need to figure it the fuck out. I'm 41 years old and I should not be afraid of teenage white boys. I should not. Your children should not be afraid to go and play in the park. No one's child should be afraid the way that they are now. Parents, are y'all okay? And that's all I got to say, because y'all motherfuckers ain't okay. Y'all need to change what y'all talking about around the table. Y'all need to take mental health seriously. Y'all need to listen to these children when they say something. Y'all need to teach these children how to cope. Y'all need to teach them what the fuck rejection is. Y'all need to teach them that we are all the same and different. You need to teach them to respect other people, respect other people's religion, respect other people's choices in life. Y'all not teaching mutual respect, and it shows. Because these are some disrespectful ass folks that y'all are letting out here into this world. And they're killing the fucking country. That's all I got to say. Well, hey, I'll be back next week, y'all. I'm gonna be back. I've been grieving a lot. I have been upset. So you just gonna open up your phone this loud like that? You meant to turn it down? I understand. It's okay. Shit happens.
My heart sank.
Don't let your heart sink. We all right. We family. We family. But yeah. Y'all check on me. Y'all make sure I'm all right. I'm there. I'm here. I'm there. I'm a little bit of everywhere. So if y'all don't know what I'm going through, 2021 can kiss the crack of a dog's ass. And I said that in my description. And I meant that. I meant that. I meant that. A beginning of the year, a good family member, close family member, close friend, she passed tragically while live streaming. March 11th, my cousin Edward passed. And May 16th, my grandmother passed. So when I tell you 2022 can kiss my ass, it really can. So that's what I've been going through. Baby, it's been touch and go. Some days I get out the bed, some days I cannot. I done worried myself, the top of my head going thin, my nerves bad. I damn near look like George Jefferson. I ain't ready to show y'all yet. I ain't ready. I ain't there yet. But yeah, so I've been going through a lot. But I am slowly finding myself because I'm lost. Baby, I've been 41 years on this world with my cousin and my grandmother. 41 years. I ain't never known a day without them. So these days without them are hard. They are hard. They are so hard. But life goes on even without them. They were never going to be here forever. And I know that. But the fact that they're not here does not stop the pain. So that's what I've been going through, baby. It's been touch and go. I know a lot of y'all been sending me messages and checking in on me. I'm trying to get the strength just to hold conversations. I don't have the strength. I don't. I do not have the strength. And if it wasn't for the fact that my kids can cook for themselves, it'd be some starving motherfuckers in this house. But my babies can go down there and whip it like a stir fry. So I ain't even worried about it. But yeah, I love y'all. I'm back. I love you too, girl. I'm back to raise hell. I'm finding myself again. And I will see y'all next week. So hopefully y'all be here. Because I did kind of just pop this on y'all like, hey, champagne conversation today. I'm going to get better with posting and keeping y'all up to date. I got some more things going on, but as soon as we figure out what's going on, I'm going to talk about that too. Because it's a whole lot of fuck shit going on within my company that I work for. We're going to leave it at that. Because folks be watching. Hey, how you doing? Shit those ass. But anyway, I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all next week. Follow me up on Facebook. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I'm think on my Twitter. I ain't on Twitter that much, but you can follow me anywhere I talk shit. They got my IG, they got my Twitch. Hey, are y'all on Twitch? Hey, subscribe. TikTok, y'all know I act a fool on TikTok. TikTok is my stress relief. So the Kim that y'all see here is not the one that y'all see on TikTok. It kind of is, but it's kind of not. I do my education and all my, activism work and everything on YouTube because, TikTok a hater. I said what I said. But I'm gonna see y'all do all that. Hit my Insta. Y'all like my bracelet? I made them. And I can make you some too. Necklace I made. Not this one. Check my Etsy out. You might like something. Buy something for yourself. Buy something for your mama, your auntie, your grandma, girlfriend, your pet. Hell, I don't care. Just buy something. I'm gonna see y'all next week. All right. Bye.